last night as I was sleeping, I started to have a dream, and in this dream I was headed past Bay Street, not far from the beach, with my mommy. And as I looked toward the beach, the water started to rise. And I told my mommy, I said, well, we have to go because it looks like a tsunami. So as he was trying to rush home, I looked through this corner. It was a group of people through this corner coming with their vehicles, and they started to record. And then it was like they became paralyzed, and the water just wiped them out. And so we managed to get home safely, and when we reached home, I didn't know where the rest of my family was. I didn't see my mommy anymore. I didn't see my Grammy or my little brother. It was just me. And then I felt this presence on the side of me, and he said, let's go outside. As I went outside, like it was water coming from each direction. And so God said, look at what's happening. And I'm like, geologically, the Bahamas is not supposed to have an earthquake or tsunami because we can't handle it. And he was like, don't underestimate my power because I could wipe you out with snow. Even though it doesn't snow, don't underestimate the power of God. And he said, I want the cry of the nation. I have made an example of Hurricane Dorian. I made an example out of Abaco, out of Grand Bahama, and still we don't get it. He said, if we do not turn to his face and if we don't ask for repentance, he will wipe us out one by one. He will blow out each island surrounding us until Nassau gets it, and if it's too late, he will destroy Nassau. And I asked him, I said, well, how come my house isn't flooded? Every house is flooding around our house except our house. And he was like, the leader of your house is righteous. That's why you are spared. He said, every righteous person in Nassau will be spared, but the unrighteous shall perish. And then I asked him, why pick a teenager to share this vision with? He said, he gave me two reasons. He said, the generation that you are born in is in great turmoil. So in order for them to be influenced to turn to me, they need to hear it from another youth. And then he said, I didn't share this with an adult because they do not obey me when I tell them to move. He said that because I am still in school and because I have parents, I still adhere to instructions. But he said it's like the adults of the Bahamas they think that they have no authority to submit to. So, opposite my house, like water was coming up very high. And it was like a barrier around my house that water couldn't enter in. And I asked him, I said, why are you letting these people suffer and experience this disaster? He said he's been too lenient. He has asked for us to turn to him. He's asked for us to call on his name, and we have not been listening. He said everyone who have authority, including our political leaders, are not obeying me. They get into position, they get into authority, and they turn away from me. They backstab me, and they do not make decisions before coming to me. So he took me through this specific corner, and he was like, rising up water at this particular house. And then someone screamed his name, and he slowly let it down. He said, I only want to cry. That's all I came for. I only want to cry. He said that each person who leads their house will be accountable. He said, if you do not lead your house in the right way, and if you don't teach your household to turn to me and teach them to follow a path of righteousness, all of you shall perish. He also said, I asked him about why did the people with the phones go away. He was like, if you don't use these electronical devices for my glory, it's a stronghold. Wow. It's a stronghold holding you back. He said, if you continue to use these devices for secular and demonic activity, you will perish. And he said that we need to act now. We need to act now. He said if we don't, every island surrounding Nassau will come out one by one. He will take them out one by one. And then the reckoning of Nassau will be far worse than combined. He says he's been trying for years. He's been needing it for too long, and he's angry, and he's ready to destroy us. He said, hallelujah. He said, we need to cry to him now, or he will destroy us. He said there are too many parents who allow their children to do any and anything. Any and anything. Your parent influence you. They teach you what to do what is right, and they teach you what to do what is wrong. He said he placed parents in children's lives to direct them on a right path, and they are not doing it. Because of the parents, the children shall perish as well. Every leader in the Bahamas, no matter being a parent, a political leader, a principal, they will be held accountable if they do not lead the people down a righteous path. When a tsunami comes, the water comes in rapidly. In the stream, he was pulling the water, but he was pulling it slowly. He said, I'm going to watch your country's reaction in sections. If this set of people do not react the way I want them to react, I will wipe them out. So he walked me through Nassau. The people who reacted with pulling out their phones and record, he wiped them out. The people who was cussing, trying to get away, he wiped them out. He only saved the people who called on his name. He said we need to act now, we need to act fast. He's tired. He's tired. He's ready to destroy. If this nation don't get it order, he will wipe us out one by one. Thank you. Amen.